and welcome to another episode of the Blue Mountain Makes podcast. I'm Mary Lynn, coming to you as always from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, where I live with my husband, my dogs, and my chickens. This is the third time I've recorded this episode of this podcast. First time I had technical issues. The second time I thought my camera would do better at nighttime than it did, and so yeah, third time's charm, right? We're having an ice storm right now, so I'm very lucky and my work closes and we get like paid time off when the weather's bad, because everything outside is white, but not like fun snow white. It's slick, icy death white, so that's fun. You will probably hear truck traffic in the background because that's all that's on the road. Scrapers, big trucks. My neighbor has his tractor out trying to clean his driveway off, so sorry about that. Not much I can do. And the lighting is not the best because it is still icing, sleeting, raining, precipitating. But doing what we can, because turns out can't record at night because it looks awful. I thought I could do like a 6:30 p.m. kind of like cozy, darkish podcast. I've gotten really into watching some people that are doing like the kind of like the cozy winter vibes type deal, and yeah, it looked like garbo. I still recorded the whole thing because I was like, surely it will look better on my computer. Shocker, it looked worse. So all that to say, welcome. Happy December. First off, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who is new to the channel. We are at like 1,100 subscribers, which is an insane number to me. A couple episodes ago, I had mentioned that if we hit 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to do a little giveaway as a thank you. I honestly never thought that we would get here. I don't know what happened with the YouTube algorithm, but apparently the last video just popped off for unknown reasons. Like, I didn't do anything different, but I'm also not complaining. So, yeah, big thank you to everybody. Thanks to everybody that's stuck around with me, and welcome to everybody that's new. But for the giveaway, I would like to, it's not anything big, but I went to my local yarn shop and I found this cute little bag. So this is a wool felted bag with a little porcupine on it, and it's got a zipper closure at the top, and this is a fair trade item made in Nepal. I just thought he was really cute. And it's a good size for, you know, the hats, smallish projects you have. I don't think that it's not like, it doesn't have a box bottom, so I don't think you could fit a ton of stuff in here, but it would be really cute. Get your notions and your scarves, cowls, hats, socks, all would fit in this very well. And then to go with that, I would also like to give this yarn away. So this is, I'm going to butcher this, La Brebis by Knit Crate, Puffo. It is 100% wool. The color is Forest Mist. Isn't that pretty? I love that it's got like, I really particularly like this color, but it's so moody. I think it's a really good wintry color. So it is a super bulky weight. I think it'd be a cute hat. A little pom-pom on top maybe. But yes, I would like to give these two together as a set, even though they don't, you know, color-wise they don't match, but it's all good. So yes, if you're interested in the giveaway, just comment on this video. Anything, doesn't really matter. I'll pull a winner out of the whole comment thread on my next podcast, which should be in about 2 weeks, give or take with the holidays. So thank you again. I hope you guys are interested. And yeah, this is my first ever giveaway, so I'm very excited. And let's put that aside and move into normal knitting content. So I don't have a whole lot of knitting stuff to talk about. I only have one, well, technically I had 2 finished objects. I finished the bear paw socks that I showed in the last episode, but kind of already talked about them, and they're with like Christmas gift piles. So if you're interested in seeing what I did, you can pop into the last video, but super simple. I did them for the DRK, right out of my head. Andrea Mowry does a knit along, a weekend challenge over Thanksgiving holiday. And I did make it in time and did submit. I don't know if you guys saw, but she's taking a hiatus for a couple months. I thought that was very interesting. It's apparently she has some chronic health issues, so fingers crossed she feels better. But I will miss her. She's like kind of she's a constant, you know? It's weird, but anyways. My other finished object is my sweater. This is my Halibut sweater. Ugh, pop up a little bit in my chair. Sorry for the creaking. This is the Halibut by Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks. I did this in drop sleema that I salvaged from another project that I did not like. This was a super easy knit. I did the... Y'all, I swear, this episode is cursed. I've never had so many issues trying to record a podcast the whole year I've been doing this. Almost a year. Now my memory card has insufficient battery, and space. There's nothing on it. And I've been using the same card every time I've recorded. Whatever. I stole one from my husband's drone stuff. Fingers crossed this works, but watch it be like, corrupted file. I'm just waiting on it. And also it's getting darker, even though it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh. Anyways. Halibut sweater, yada yada. I love it. It is pilling quite a bit. I don't know if you can see it in this light. Oh, there it is. There she be. So, I mean, it is drops yarn. It's not like the most expensive thing in the world. So, I guess, I don't know. This is my first heavily worn wool sweater. So, and there's no like nylon or polyamide content in this at all. So I don't really know if this is just like to be expected. It's not terrible, and I just kind of like pick off fuzz balls, and I asked for a de-pillar for Christmas, so it's not like the end of the world, but you know, should I be concerned? Maybe. Now I'm just like nervous that the other thing wasn't recording, but it is, so we're good. Hey. But yes, I really like this. The only modifications I made to the pattern were 10 decreases after the yoke was finished. So after I split for the arms, I felt like it was going to be a little boxy on me, and I wanted it to be slightly fitted. Pop up again. It's not super fitted by any means. But, yeah, I took in 5 on each side. And I also did a really long ribbing because I was lazy and I didn't want to rib back and do more stockinette. So it was fine. I have like 4 inches of 1x1 at the bottom, which is really funny because maybe it's just been the last 2 weeks that I've been cursed. I don't know. I stayed up really late one night. Like, it was a work night, and I stayed up to like 1 in the morning trying to finish this, and I did all the ribbing, and it was beautiful, and I was like, I'll block this the next day and be able to wear it on Friday or whatever, and I finished it, and I looked at it, and I was like, 1x1 ribbing, 1x1 ribbing, 2x2 ribbing. I don't know what I was thinking. I did like 3.5, 4 inches of 2x2 ribbing, knowing that that is not at all what I had done on anything else. And then I even thought, like, can I just get away with not ripping it out? Of course I ripped it out because it looked really stupid, but I don't know why I did that. It was just very silly. So I stayed up late the second night, pulling back, fixing. Now we're all good, and I love it. And I get a lot of compliments on this. People either think it's like store-bought and ask me where I got it, or I went to Charlottesville yarn shop. I got a gift card for my birthday, so I went there last weekend, and a lady like followed me down the downtown mall and was like, I really like your sweater, and I knew you had made it. I was like, oh, thanks. And it was kind of cool too, because, you know, I don't have any fiber friends in real life, so I don't really have anybody to geek out with about yarn and knitting and all that stuff. So I went into Magpie Knits in Charlottesville, and as soon as I came in, I heard a lady in the back go, we got a halibut in here. And I was like, that's me. It's very excited. So those are my only finished objects. Aside from that, I only have 2 FOs. I'm trying to just only focus on Christmas knits because Christmas is next week, which is blowing my mind. So I'll show you the first one. I showed this last time rather. This is the Ghost Horses by Caitlin Hunter. Are you sensing a theme here? Because there's more to come. But ta-da! I finished the yoke. I'm about, I'd say halfway through the body. Rolls really bad, but it's a very busy pattern. Like, there's a lot going on. But they're cute little horses. I think, like, personally, I know a lot of people had said that they were thinking about making this in the comment section last time. And I would say if you're thinking about it, definitely go ahead and do it. It's a very, very, very easy pattern. The charting's easy to follow. There's only like, I don't know, 3 or 4 sections that have long floats. So that's not too bad. I'm using Drops Superwash Merino. And I don't even know if I have enough to show you of the Malabrigo. Not really. I'm like on the last little bits of my first ball. So I wound up the other cake yesterday. But that's the purple stuff. It's Malabrigo Arroyo. And I think the Arroyo is a DK weight. And this is definitely not a DK weight. I think it's more of a fingering weight yarn. Whoops. But it works out pretty well. It's going to block. I'm going to try to block it out a bit because I didn't catch my floats very well. They don't look bad. But I have noticed, especially on the horses, that there's a little bit of pulling. So I'll probably pin it when I block it just to smooth everything out. But the body's not bad at all because you only have, the longest float you have is 3 stitches. Oh, my golden retriever's having a nightmare. Puppy. Yeah, but I do like it quite a bit. And I'm going to do the short sleeve version. I think it'll just give her a little bit more versatility out of a gift, you know. She can wear it in the spring, layer it in the winter. And I think it'll be great. So, good progress on this one. She's not coming to town until the 23rd. And I won't see her until at least the 24th, but probably 25th. So, this one, I try to work a little bit on it every day, but I want to get my other one done first because I told him I'd have it done by this weekend. Whoopsies. Today's Thursday. So, let me tell you the story of this other Christmas knit. I was so stressed out the first time I recorded this podcast days ago because, so last episode I showed you guys the Luné shawl that I made for my friend's sister for Christmas. So delivered it, he loves it, awesome. Well, he's dating my best friend. And so he texted me in typical non-knitter fashion and was like, hey, she's so excited that you're knitting something for my sister. Do you think you have time to knit something for her too? And I was like, so the Luné is a fingering weight mosaic knit shawl, and I struggled with it really bad, even though I've made 2, and I swore I'd never make another one, and I was like, no, I will not make that. But I figured I could pretty easily crack out like a DK weight shawl, especially if it didn't have like a lot of color work in it. So I sent him 4 options off Ravelry, texted it to him, I said, you pick which one, and tell me the colors, and I'll make it, and I can make that work before Christmas. And he's like, oh, any of them, any color, you know her, just do it. And I was like, no, because now if she hates it, it's my fault, not your fault. So, long story short, I fussed and fussed and fussed, like, what am I going to do, which one, blah, blah. And I already owned the pattern for the Ramble shawl by Andrea Mowry, and I have tried to make that before, and it was a horrible failure. So naturally, that's the one I picked. Why? No one knows. I went to my other local yarn shop in Lexington, and I got 4 total skeins, 2 skeins of each color. This is Barocco Vintage DK. I really like the colors. I think it was going to be very pretty. I made it through the whole top part striped. Made it to the brioche section. Did 28 rows of 2-color brioche. Looked at it and said, none of that's right. There's supposed to be chevron stripes in this brioche pattern, and it looked like lopsided leaves, like there were too many stripes on one side and like 2 stripes on the other. So instead of doing the smart thing and just ripping back, I said, no, I can make this work. Because I was stressed at this point, like I was really stressed out about the time. Because I also wanted to knit her some gifts, plus a couple more little things for like other family members. I'm like, I'm running out of time. What am I going to do? I have to make this work. So I did the dumb thing and I just kept knitting, and shocker, it looked worse. Because, you know, when you mess up a pattern and you don't know how you've messed up the pattern, you can't continue to mess up the pattern in the same way to keep having that same messed up result, you know? So I just kept trying to follow the pattern, assuming I would keep making the same mistakes, and it was really bad. So I texted him, and like a week and a half had gone by at this point. So this is like last Friday maybe. And I was like, listen, I'm gonna rip my hair out. I can't do this. Do you mind if I just make her a sweater? And there's this like long pause, and then he goes, I mean, if you think you have time, that would be awesome, but you know, Christmas is right around the corner. And I'm like, yes, Eric, well aware, thank you. Thanks for the stress, man. But it worked out because I was like, you know what I'm just gonna do? A Ranunculus. I've made 2 before. They're super easy. I've got like a heavy worsted weight yarn that like in my stash that I've already gifted her something made of it and she loved it. It's cotton. She can wash it. Done. So cast on Saturday morning. Spent the whole day with my sister out. Whatever. So between basically starting at Sunday and then today, I'm gonna finish it today for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this, but it's going in the stash because I didn't use that. And I have no idea what this stuff is called. I know the color is Stone, and I got it from Michael's. And they have one of those little stickers on it that said, like, you can probably hear the rings. Now it's pouring on rain. It said it was a limited time only. And I made my first ever sweater out of this, which was a mistake because, yeah, it's like I made like a raglan, like a winter style sweater, and this is cotton, and it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, anyways. So, I have, I don't know, like 6 balls of this, and they're very large balls. I have made so many projects out of this, and I still have 2 more balls left. This will more than finish this sweater. So, I am doing the ribbing. That's the back. This is the front. Yay! Isn't it beautiful? And so much easier than that stupid shawl. I think I should just give up. It's not gonna, Ramble and I don't work out, but I have a Ranunculus that I did for myself in a Farmer's Daughter fiber, and it is like a bigger gauge because I did size 8 needles, and it's like a fingering weight. So I wear it as something over top of like dresses, and I love it, and she's seen it and she loves it, so I was like, bam, perfect, you can have a Ranunculus too, and we'll be twins, it'll be great. So this is, I think it has some nylon or polyamide content in this, but it's machine washable. She doesn't really hand wash clothes, which is fine, you know, so she doesn't have to worry about taking care of it. I am going to do short sleeves again. Mine, I just did like little cap sleeves, but I think for her, I'm going to go probably halfway down the arm. I just think it'll be a little more her style. I hope she likes it, A. B, I hope it fits. She and I have like just about the same bust size, and I did try it on, and it fits well, but she is 3 or 4 inches shorter than I am. So I'm trying to keep that in mind as far as the length goes. She does not wear crop stuff, so yeah, trying to balance that out. But I think it's gonna be fine. And I told Eric I would have it to him by Sunday. Today's Thursday. I'm gonna finish it today. So it should be blocked and ready to go. Woo! And I will say, because of the stress, like I already kind of find the holidays to be a little stressful anyways. I'm not somebody that is able to really like relax and enjoy time with friends and family because I'm so worried about the whole gift aspect of it, which is so silly, and I hate that about myself, but it is what it is. So I have decided to lessen my own stress, and this is it. Once those 2 are done, I'm done gift knitting. That's it. I mean, granted, it's not like I have a whole lot of time left anyways, but like I made 1 bear paw sock that I was gonna give to one of my husband's family members, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like stressing myself out about the second one. I don't like feeling like a knitting machine. It's not relaxful. It's not relaxful. It's not relaxing. It is stressful. So that's my story about that. So that having been said, I don't have very much on my needles because I really want those 2 things to be finished before I can kind of justify going back to my own knits. But I did cast on, gosh, almost 2 weeks ago at this point, I cast on my night shift shawl, and that's as much as I've done. Because again, the guilt got to me real hard, but this is actually a very, very easy knit. it looks like it'd be a lot more complicated, or like to my eye it did. And I think a lot of that is a combination of how the yarn color shifts, because I did get spin cycle. And yeah, the patterning on it, but it's so simple. When I went to the Lexington yarn shop, one of the ladies working was binding off on hers. So we got to chat about that for a while, which was a lot of fun. But this one I'm doing on size 4s. Nope, lies, 8s. 4s for a worsted weight. But I have not touched this in weeks. I also think I'm kind of not paying attention to the pattern on one edge, because I don't think I should have. I don't know. I just decided like to take a pause, finish all this, and then I'll get back to this. But I will say, for my first time knitting with Spin Cycle, it's a very bouncy yarn. And I was trying to explain that to my husband, and he just said, yeah, it's yarn. And I was like, no, it's not that. It's like, I don't know if I can get this across, but like, there's a lot of life in this yarn. I don't know if I can get it to focus right. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, yeah, it's like alive. It's really weird. And I don't know if it's just because it's a high tension spin. I know next to nothing about spinning. Spun the other day for the first time in like a couple weeks and had marginal success. I was very proud of myself. And then my yarn split and got rolled up into the bobbin, and now I can't find the end. So I was like, well, that's a sign to stop for the night. It looks like garbage, but it's my garbage. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got, guys. The only other things I wanted to kind of share are some acquisitions I've made and touch on some plans that I have for knitting. Now my camera's doing this fun thing where it only records for like short bursts. It just cuts off because it says I have 42 minutes of available space on Sam's SD card that I stole. Whatever. Not questioning it. Moving on. I have a lot of things I really, really want to knit. And I have a lot of things I'm pulling out of my stash to knit because, like, this is my living room. This is not where my stash lives. But still, this just sits next to my chair because there's no room for it in there. And I need to knit it up. So, I do have plans for all the things in this bag. Like my next garment that I'm going to start, I'm going to be using this Lima and yarn that I did actually put away. And that's going to be a Spark Cardigan? Yes, Spark Cardigan by Andrea Mowry. It's an all over color work. What's the word? Shawl neck collar thing. Very cute. Very excited. This I bought to be a DRK everyday sweater, but I don't think I want to do that. It's a fingering weight charcoal color. This is the same, this is Flora. This is what I used to make my birch pullover, and that has worn very well so far, but I think I'm going to take this and some yarn I bought with my birthday gift card. Ta-da! And I'm going to make the Zwieg, Z-W-E-I-G. How do you pronounce that? By Caitlin Hunter. So the main body will be this color, and then the color work band in the middle will be this. I think it's really pretty. It's Malabrigo sock yarn. I think that'll be lovely. So that's that plan. This is going to take me like 6 years to knit all this stuff. And then I bought this to make a sweater. I bought a sweater's quantity of this stuff. But it's a lot greener than I thought it was going to be. It's more lemongrass, and I was going for like a forest. So I don't think that this will look great on me as a full sweater. So one of my options for the failed Tammy shawl that I was going to make was a Dustland. And I bought the pattern and I even started it, but in a darker color, but you couldn't see the stitch pattern. So I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm going to make myself a Dustland shawl. So that'll work out. Look at me eating up all this yarn. I'm so proud of myself. I did have to buy more for this, and I ended up with 2 balls extra, which, whoops. I ran out, had to order, didn't want to run out again. Bought a little bit too much. But I can make a hat out of this or something. But yeah, so that's all those plans. And then the only other thing I bought that I'm very excited about is this Noro yarn. Isn't that stunning? Noro usually is like really stripy and kind of loud and not really my jam. But this is a cotton silk etc. blend. It's got like, gosh, 35% cotton, 25% viscose, 20% silk, 20% polyamide. And I'm going to make another Caitlin Hunter pattern out of this that I cannot remember the name of to save my life, but I will put it below. And I think that's going to look really good as the main color. And it's super, super soft too. And this will be, I probably won't start this till the spring because that's more of a spring garment, spring and summer. But yeah, I do have plans and I'm excited to get back to being a selfish knitter. Alright guys, I think that's it for now. Yeah, just looking around at all this yarn I've got on and off the needles. But I hope you guys are having a good holiday season wherever you might be in the world. I hope that you're getting better weather than we are. And I hope that you take some time for yourself this season. Don't let the stress of the craziness get to you. Just take a breath with me and just relax a little bit. Drink some hot cocoa and eat too many cookies. I've eaten my weight in Chex Mix today, and now I'm really thirsty because it's just salt. That's my favorite part about Christmas. I'm not a big cookie person, but my mom always makes Chex Mix, and it is to die for. She gave us 2 gallon-sized bags, and we ate half a gallon of it between last night and today. I'm not proud. But anyways, treat yourself well. Do something nice for yourself. Squeeze your family. Keep them close. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.